right, good morning. Just about good afternoon. I got 85 miles. I delivered this morning in Lancaster. Picked up a load of ingots, sows, whatever you want to call them, on Friday. I haven't done a load like this. I don't think I've done a load like this before. It is picking up Telford, PA, and it's going to Florida, New York. But then I'm picking up a load out of Florida, New York, and bringing it back to Telford. So I'm assuming it's a wrong product delivery type deal. They didn't get what they were supposed to get. They got something else. That's my assumption as of right now. I don't know what the actual deal is, but it's precast concrete stuff. I don't know if that's like mason blocks or if it's going to be like big walls or whatever. Bottom line, we'll figure it out when we get there. So, like I said, I got 85 miles. I'll be there about 1 o'clock. I got to be there before 2. And then I got to run up to Florida, which is only like 160 miles. And that's I'll be up there. I can't deliver there until 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. So, yeah, we'll get whatever we can get. We'll get it knocked out and see what the deal is. All right, good morning. We've been at it for a little while already this morning. I still got a couple pieces on. I had to drive down to their job site to unload the big piece, but we're getting another one that looks pretty much identical to that. I didn't know I had to drive another 8 miles after getting to the location. But it is what it is. Pretty sure I explained it yesterday. We picked up in Telford, Pennsylvania yesterday. Brought it up here. I stayed at the rest area there on 84 in Middletown, New York. And it was only like a 15-20 minute drive over here this morning. Get this unloaded, get reloaded, and then we got to get back down there by 2 o'clock this afternoon, which is about 2.5 hours. Yesterday I did about 30 extra miles coming the way I did so that I could end up at that rest area. Plus there was better food options and stuff along that way. Today we're going back down the other way, the shorter way, which should give us a little bit better time. We're going to be going down. We'll take New York 17 here, which the other end is Future 86. I don't know what the plan is with that or what's going on with it, but it's still 17 on this side. So we'll take that over to I-87, drop that down to 287 over to 78, and then 78 over, and then we'll take some back roads from there. I don't remember the exact roads from that point. I think I got it right here actually. 309 off of 78, which is pretty close to where 476 is. It's basically right there in Allentown. And then we drop that down a couple extra back roads to get to Telford. But I gotta get over here, I gotta get unstrapped, and I'm ahead of the guy that's unloading me, because my goodness, that takes way too long. Then we're getting to play with 10-ton weight limit road. Of course, this falls under the local delivery, so it is what it is. That loader only does 22 miles an hour, so it took forever to get over there. I don't know why we didn't go ahead of them and sit there and wait for them. that they went with a big convoy and caused everybody else to get backed up. And goes back to that common courtesy thing. Alright, so here's what we got. These are 2 18 inches is what they call it. I'm assuming it's the hole. And then we had one of those ones there, that big one, which we got to take. That's possibly that big one. It's 42 inches, which is what I just had on. And then I need a 30 inch, which is possibly the one right next to it. And then they're going to take off. They're taking off the 2 that are on here, putting 2 18 inches back on here, giving me a 30 inch and a 42 inch. And then I got to take off 4 of them back. Alright, here's what we got. This one's offset too much. This one's not set right. There goes the guy. My main focus was nothing over this edge, and nothing's over this edge. It's close. These things are a pain in the neck to line up, and I wasn't willing to take the time today. Gonna spend an hour here trying to get it perfectly lined up in the center. We're going 160, 140 miles. See, I already got it pulled up. 142 miles. So that's it. And that big one wasn't even supposed to be on here. It was supposed to be a 30 inch, which was the medium sized one, I guess, is the smaller big one. The 2 18, so the one on the end, the one on the front, and then the second one from the front, that medium sized one. That was all it was supposed to be. The big one wasn't even supposed to be part of it. I have an 2 18s and a 30. I had to add 42 to it. So bunch of BS if you ask me. Anyway, it says 2.5 hours. We should be down there about 12:30. I'd say 1 o'clock at the latest, just for the pure fact of traffic, the traffic possibilities. I'm also probably gonna stop and grab something to eat or whatever. So let's hit it. Well, I already left the shipper slash delivery. Everything came off, no problem. So I was gonna take a quick shot, pan around of the facility, but I forgot, and I've been trying to figure out what I'm doing next. I don't have a load right now, so I'm down here. I'm in Telford. Well, right now I'm in Quakertown. I'm just working my way back up to 78 and old softy ice cream truck. Haven't seen one of them in years. John's Diner.
Turn left onto West Broad Street.
Yeah, anyway, so I'm working my way back up to 78. Anyway, that's it. Maybe more tomorrow. See what happens. I don't know what we're doing yet. Today's only Tuesday, so I should be able to do a couple more loads. I did have one load that I was looking at, and apparently somebody else got that one. I started booking a different one. There was a power only load going up to Massachusetts. They were working on finding out if I could park my trailer on location, and then it just dawned on me. I called them back real quick to see what the trailer actually was, and it was a dry van trailer, and it's highly unlikely I'll be able to put a dry van trailer on with my headache rack, because when I was at Schneider, the drive-in would like clear right where the box is, the chain for the chains. So it would like possibly just barely clear that. The problem is the flatbed is up this much higher from the platform, where the drive-in is like down here, and it might just clear that toolbox, but it won't clear the feet. The feet is the biggest problem on the headache rack. That actually happened to me when I left Mercer the first time, and I went to F2F, and I hooked up to one of their drive-ins, and it ended up breaking the 1 foot on my headache rack, which is still sitting in my garage. This one here I actually bought off of Chris. No, I'm lying. I didn't buy this one off of Chris. I bought the one that I broke off of Chris, because I switched from my 3-door headache rack to this style, the open style headache rack. Quite frankly, it didn't give me the room that I thought it was going to give me, so once I figure out what I'm doing with my life, and if I decide to stay in open deck, I'll probably end up getting one of those thin headache racks on my next truck. But at the moment, I don't know what I'm doing, so that's enough jabbering. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, guys.